Hi, welcome to Motivational Chat. I'm Jaime Kalman, and I'm chatting here today with my good friend.
Yay, John Michael Ferrari.
Woo woo!
You know, sometimes I say John Michael Ferrari, sometimes it's John Ferrari. But
I've
you know,
noticed that.
And some people call me Michael. But when I'm down south, it's always John Michael.
Always.
John Michael, would you like to come over and have some lunch with us? And I love it because the way the women say that, I mean, it just makes you want to melt. They always use two names. John Michael, how are you? Yeah, it makes you feel good.
I know, I used to love it. I went to college in St. Augustine, Florida, and you know they have a little bit of a southern twang in that particular area, and they always do that. They're, Jamie Lynn.
Oh yeah.
Jamie Lynn, how you doing?
I like that.
I loved it.
Jamie Lynn.
I liked it. I thought it was really sweet.
You know, there was actually a technique that I learned. This is a true story. I learned this from Tony Robbins, and it's called matching and mirroring.
Yes.
Matching and mirroring.
Mirroring.
Yeah.
Say that 3 times fast.
I'm driving down south, and I'm performing down there, and I got my van, you know, full of equipment and everything. And I'm coming back from the performance. I was performing one night, and I turned the corner, and I think my tire accidentally went over to the side of the, touched the dirt on the side of the road.
Oh.
And immediately, there's this red light right behind me, and you don't want to get stopped, especially if you're from California. Oh my gosh! So.
Or if you're from up north, you're a Yankee.
Oh. So you know.
They're like, boy.
That's right. I pulled over, and the police officer, you know, he got out of his car and he says, "You want to get out of the car?" And he, big guy, standing there like, you know, just like that. And I get out of the car and he goes, he says, "You got California license plates. What are you doing out here, son?" and I knew this guy was going to run me in.
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, sir," just like him. I said, "I'm performing out here at a little club, you know, I'm a singer, you know, all the way from California." He goes, "You are?" He goes, "Yes, sir." You know, matching and mirroring.
But didn't he wonder about your accent?
He didn't. All I wanted him to know is that I am more like him. That's what matching and mirroring is, you know. So if I would have came out and I started talking the way I talk now, you know, he would have arrested me because I saw me as a you know, foreigner in his territory. But I was like, I stood the way he stood. I did the mannerism like he did. And he goes, "Well," he says, "You be careful now." He says, "You go on your way." You know, because it worked.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you can use it for many things, but when he pulled me over, that was the first thing that came into my mind is the segment that I heard with Tony Robbins, matching and mirroring other people, how you could use it. And that saved me from going, because he was waiting to arrest me. I'm from California.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, actually, it's a really good technique, too.
Yeah, it is.
Whenever
Good technique.
Salespeople,
Right.
therapists, actors going in on interviews and auditions, because it's also pacing and leading.
Right,
It's
it
very
is.
similar to mirroring. You're pacing the other person and you're building rapport.
That's what it is. It is called building rapport. It's very good.
I know. I
She
study
got
NLP.
it. She nailed it. Building rapport.
That's right. Neuro-linguistic programming. I know all about it.
Oh my gosh, she does.
But they're great techniques, and it's all about connecting and
Right.
really building successful relationships.
And you know, and you can use that so many times. Just like she was saying, going in your auditions, meeting other people, and it's subtle because a lot of people don't really know that you're doing that with them.
And that's the key, is making it subtle, because if you had done the accent, I think, a little bit too over-exaggerated, then
Well,
he
he
would
was
have thought you were
yeah.
making fun of him. It can go the other way. So you
could,
want to
yeah.
try to keep it subtle and really more about
I try to keep it,
falling
yeah.
in line with someone rather than...
Yeah, you know, and it does work, and it's a useful tool because we're here about learning skills. Motivational Chat is about learning skills. There's so many different types of skills that you can use to help enhance your career. But that was one of them, just as the show started, that came to mind that
Yeah, I
really
like that.
worked for me And we're going to share a lot of things that hopefully, they're not our ideas. Well, maybe they're mine. No, they're not.
He stole them from me.
Yeah, I stole from her. She stole them from somebody else.
No, we're so fascinated
Yeah.
with the mind and the spirit and personal growth and improvement. It's just, we're both really
And we were going to talk about
into it.
some of these books. W. Clement Stone had a wonderful book, The Success System That Never Fails.
I love how dog-eared this is.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it just, and I've gone through these so many times.
You want me to hold it?
And I don't know when that was written, but that isn't the first book. And of course, this is the newest book out. Jack Canfield.
Oh, he's so great.
The Success Principles, and a lot of his training came from all these other people.
He has such a great, genuine,
Yeah.
authentic way of talking about concepts that, I think in somebody else's approach might come across as maybe a little woo-woo. He can talk about things like law of attraction, manifesting your destiny. Right. He can talk about energy, psychology, and just all kinds of different types of personal growth, and just sound so grounded, so practical, and he's just got a huge heart. I really like him.
And you can just really thumb through this, open it anywhere, and just say, hey, just start reading.
Why don't you do that? Let's pick something.
Okay. Drop out of school and no, that's not the one. Okay. To become the person you spend most time with. To become like the person.
You become like the people you spend the most time with.
Yes, I'm just like her.
This is a good one. I
Yes.
was telling you earlier, I was listening to a teleseminar this morning with a gentleman by the name of David Nagel, and he mentioned that in there. He said, if you're trying to increase the level of success that your business may be having, you need to spend time with people who are more successful than you, because they will inspire you. They'll keep you in that conversation. What most of us do is we kind of like to hang out with our safety group,
right?
And we're all kind of on the same level, and we're all kind of not really doing much, and then you kind of continue to not do much. But when when you're
with the people that you most want to be with, or you admire people, you want to be with those people because you can elevate yourself to I want to elevate myself to be like you.
I know, and you inspire me.
Yeah, we inspire each other.
I know, I really like it.
Yay! And that's what you have to do. You have to not only be with them, but if you're lucky enough, you can find something you can do together, a project, whatever it is. It's like when you do a play, you have a camaraderie there. Or, it's just something.
An ensemble.
Yeah, a little ensemble. If you're on a TV show, you kind of create an ensemble, and you lift each other up. You support each other. It's the same thing when I sing on stage. When another person comes out in front and sings, we all support that person.
Right.
And it feels good because it's not about trying to outdo other people. It's about supporting other people.
Yeah.
You feel that,
Absolutely.
especially if you're with really good people like this. Good-minded people and successful people. They really want to help each other.
It's really interesting too, because if you think about it, when you help somebody else look good, when you help support someone else, I always get a big kick out of, I love introducing people to people. I probably would have been a good PR person, come to think of it, or maybe a good manager or something, but there's still time.
Yeah.
But I love, introducing friends and talking about what they each do, this is Danny, he's an incredible musician, and he's this, and this is John, and he's a singer, he's a producer, he's a writer, he's a motivational speaker. And, it's so wonderful when you can present the people in your life that way.
And there's a protocol to introducing people. The most important person first is the one that you say, Senator so-and-so, I'd like you to meet such and such a person. You wouldn't do it in reverse. So that
makes sense.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So whoever is higher on the scale, you would introduce that person first.
Right. So if you were introducing me to President Obama,
I would introduce you first.
Exactly. I'm just making sure.
Obama, come here. I want to meet somebody.
Barry, this is Jamie.
Yeah. So there's a certain protocol in the way you do that, and then when you do that, you actually tell a little bit about each person so they can have a conversation, so that you can walk away and they can talk about something
relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a common interest.
Yeah. Oh, look, hey, you two were like in rehab together, weren't you? Just
that always goes over really well.
Yeah, that could.
Pull the skeletons right out of the closet.
Yes, it's an icebreaker. And in this business, you don't know,
Tell you what, in this business, it's almost like that's, how many DUIs do you have?
See? Oh, yeah, we can talk about that.
This is LA.
But, you generally try to give somebody, a boost, by saying, what credentials they have or,
Sure.
Something nice.
Yeah.
We can cover protocols on how to introduce yourself to other people. Would that be interesting?
That would be, because a lot of people, I think, when it comes to
networking.
That's a really good thing to know, because I didn't know the point that you just said about introducing like the more prominent person.
Yeah.
I did not know that, and that's good to know.
It's good to know,
because you don't ever want to insult anyone or.
Yeah.